Welcome to the Weather Guru podcast for Tuesday, July 14th, 2026 here. We continue our outlook for the lower 48 United States. Please hit that subscribe and like button. Looking at the current high temperatures for Tuesday, July 14th, 2026. And as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, it is warm across much of the country here. High temperatures in Phoenix topping out at 105 Fahrenheit. High temperatures in Atlanta, 81 degrees Fahrenheit. High temperatures in D.C., Maryland, 94 degrees Fahrenheit, 98 degrees Fahrenheit for Boston. Hello to you. 87 degrees Fahrenheit up the lakes in Chicago. So you can see the warmth is spread all the way through much of the country here. And this will continue through the next several days here into the weekend. Looking at our hazards for today, July 14th, you can see that heat advisories in the orange are extended all the way up through the Northeast and New England into the Ohio Valley from Cleveland to Toledo, back towards Michigan, all of Michigan, Detroit, back in the Wausau, Wisconsin, back into the Central Plains here. We also have extreme heat warnings in northern for the Minneapolis, St. Paul, Marquette, UP of Michigan, into the Dakotas and Montana as well. High temperatures in Rapid City, South Dakota, and other places yesterday were up to 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Very hot conditions for you guys up there in the northern tier of the country. We also have flood warnings, flood watches in effect. Once again, from Kerrville, the San Antonio area, back into that area, the Red Hills of Texas that was flooding last time. Flash flood warnings are in effect in red here. Very dangerous conditions here in central Texas. I'm going to show you on the water vapor later on those conditions. And also in eastern Nevada, the northern South Mountains there. And then in California, we have those heat advisories for the Central Valleys, east of the Bay Area. And then we have down south, we have those extreme heat warnings from LA, San Diego Basin as well. You're included. Up past the Tehachapi Mountains there and into the Central Passes and the Grapevine, you're included too as well for those extreme heat warnings as well. Florida has the typical heat advisories there in orange from anywhere from West Palm Beach down to Jupiter Inlet, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, the Keys, you know the drill this time of year. So you can see here on the tropical outlook, we have Tropical Depression 5E. The Atlantic is quiet. No development is expected in the next 7 days, but the Pacific is going to be active. As you know, in El Nino years, typically the Pacific is very active, so I wouldn't be surprised if this is a record-breaking naming year for the Pacific. Tropical Depression 5E has a 70% high chance in 7 days of continuing to become a tropical storm. It's still moving 700 miles off the coast of southern Mexico, and it's continuing to move in that west-northwestward direction that they typically do this time of year. Two other storms here are given a medium chance, 30 and 50% over 7 days, respectively, but they're moving, tropical pressure is moving away from the Hawaiian Islands here, so they're located several hundred miles southwest of the Hawaiian Islands. So, it could be for gradual development here as a depression, but it's moving slowly northwestward, so it's going to be well southwest of the Hawaiian Islands, so that's good news there. But Tropical Depression 5E, we'll keep an eye out for that as max sustained winds at 35 miles an hour. Pressure is down to 1,006 millibars, moving west to 18 miles an hour. Moving very fast here. Don't be surprised if this becomes a tropical storm probably by tomorrow with this system here on Wednesday. So here is the current storm information here for that system and the current plot here. The global ensemble models have it moving out to sea, well away from Cabo St. Lucas, well away from anywhere, out in open waters here in the next 72 hours here. And you can see the cone of uncertainty here for Tropical Depression 5E here as of the 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Advisory time here. Moving west to 18, winds at 35 miles an hour. And it will become a tropical storm probably sometime later on Wednesday night. And then from there, it will become a hurricane, actually, into Friday, Saturday, the weekend, before weakening into some cooler waters on Sunday as a tropical storm. So that's the tropical update for now. We appreciate you looking at that as well. Now this is the water vapor. What I wanted to show you was the heavy green and dark green. All of this moisture from San Antonio, Austin, down into Houston, into the Red Hills of Texas here, has just provided a tremendous amount of energy and rain here, as you can see here. This instability and humidity, even into Louisiana, Lake Charles and Cameron Parish, back up to Bougainville and Alexandria, Baton Rouge. You guys have been soaked in this rain for the last couple of days here. You see the lighter green, still this rain in the Mississippi Delta and over towards Alabama and Georgia. There have been pop-up storms all day, and the same thing as yesterday. Non-severe, but just a lot of rain there, popped up here in this central area here, but just south of Gainesville, Ocala area here, in the Palaca, Interlochen, I-4 corridor, just north of Seminole County, coming along Altamont Springs and DeLand and Daytona Beach, and then the coastline here between Cocoa Beach, Sebastian, Vieira, and all those areas there, Melbourne Beach, have been just socked in with this rain the last couple of days here. So something to keep an eye on as we continue to monitor the summertime pattern here. And there's a chance that this thing this little tropical pressure coming off the Louisiana coast here, that it could develop into some type of tropical threat. There is models hinting at that in the next couple of days. So just keep an eye on that. By Friday or Saturday, they'll have a better handle on it. But so far, the Gulf of Mexico does have that moisture content available. It's just a matter of, if there's going to be favorable winds and favorable conditions in the water for that to make a development. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Right now, the Atlantic there's no activity expected in the next 7 days here in anywhere. So that's good news. And then in the Central Pacific, like I said, we have those two storms there, depressions there, and then that's what we have going on right there. So this has been your Weather Guru update for July 14, 2026. Take care, blessings, and I'll see you in the next episode.